Hi, welcome to Queer Reality Tarot. My name is Ro. I'm coming at you here August 2026 in the Pacific Northwest. Got some fires and smoke going on. I chose a handkerchief to honor the forest firefighters, just honoring all that they do for us. Like talk about being of service. So yeah, just sending out. Noticing I got a lot of reds going on today too, just generally speaking. Um, so today I wanted to do share a little bit of what I've been getting in the collective. Just because I do so many readings, I kind of noticed, the cards that are coming back, repeating a lot. So two cards that come up a lot, or just kind of the general theme that gets captured in also in the Temperance card, thinking about middle path, thinking about like the Three of Cups, who we choose to surround ourselves with. It's the theme of balancing our energy, how much we give, how much we receive, thinking about like having an internal battery inside of us as far as like how much we give away and what's bringing it back up, and that how important that is as far as like paying attention where there's like energy leakage. So not only in the four and the six of pentacles, or coins or materials, also this card, the Nine of Cups, the wish card. So this is about, it's not just about for wishing for things, it's about getting sort of an embodied sense of what feels in alignment with us, where we want to be in our homes, in our partnerships, in our jobs, in our bodies, like really thinking about how it is that we want to feel within each of those things. And then that's where we focus our energy. It's sort of like if you think about as far as like setting intentions or stuff like that, that can seem a little like kind of spiritually bypassy or something. But I've kind of come to understand that it's about sort of honing what it is that's in alignment with us, and not giving a bunch of our energy away to things that like we feel like we should be doing, or it's good enough or something like that. So it's really paying attention to where our energy goes. And also bringing that, it can also be like sometimes holding too much of ourselves back. So kind of finding that middle path and that balance as far as giving and receiving. So yeah, so I wanted to share that. I am going to get to the three readings where y'all can pick a card for each of your readings. Um, but I'm also just, it's kind of fun to share what's out there. And the other thing I've been kind of getting excited about, thinking about, I really like the idea of like sibling cards with the major arcanas. So those are the from the Fool to the World, the kind of the chunky soul goal cards. Um, so for those cards, the ones that total the same number. So some of them don't have the same total as another major arcana card. Some of them have three that have the same number. Some of them have two. So for example, the Lover's card and the Devil card, they both total six. So here, this is a deck that a client gave me that I've been getting to know. It's really beautiful. Um, so thinking about, and this relates to energy too, and like what we want to have in our lives. So just really basically speaking, the Lover's card, you could think of it as literally like romantic partnership or something. Um, Another deck that I have has a bee with a flower. And so it also can be like, what are you spending your energy or focus on as far as like co-creation? What other being, or it could be a person, it could be a project, like, or a spirit helper, or a well ancestor, or yourself. It's like, what are you in co-creation with? It's like you and another, your consciousness, another consciousness, creating a third consciousness. And it's about, my acupuncturist was reminding me that it very much has this energy of choice. Like what are you choosing to create with? What are you choosing to be in partnership with? And the sibling card, or you could think of kind of like the shadow of that, would be the Devil card. And so, very basic, traditionally speaking, the Devil card is oftentimes like addiction, the things that kind of have us in bondage, that it's almost like a spell has been put over us. And so, and it can oftentimes feel like there isn't as much choice. It's like we're kind of fighting for freedom or something. So, this is, and this is kind of like where it can be kind of a hard place to be in. And so I've been really thinking of the Lover's card as far as this kind of like medicine around where am I choosing to create consciousness, create where do I feel this aliveness, like where am I spending my like part of one of my primary kind of loverships right now is myself and my relationship to spirit, and where can I feel that wholeness that feels like it's my choice, it fills my battery, it makes I feel into this wholeness of who I am. So those are the sibling cards that I've been kind of noodling in, been kind of fascinated around. So yeah, okay, let's get into the individual readings. And also, I'm curious if anybody does want to share in the chat um, anything around like energy, if they've been noticing that, like feeling drained, and that it's not a small thing, as far as like when our energy is drained, that's kind of a devil card too. Like our energy being drained, it's kind of something that's pulling our tension away from what we're really here to create, what we're really here to do, and that is no small thing. That's in service. I mean, for me, that's in service of the collective. It's in service of Gaia, whatever term you use for this incredible being that we're in relationship with. We've been birthed out of. How can we give back to that incredible being and be aware of that? And in order to do that, we need to have that awareness and have that our batteries full as much as we can, so we can pay attention, right? So we have the energy to pay attention. Um, and I'm being reminded of another card that has been coming up is where it's a very much a transitional period, is the colonization, imperialism, power over that kind of culture. It's always cyclical, right? But it's like here is another period of time where we're really being invited into a culture that's different than that, a culture that coming back into reciprocity, using technology for good, for the collective, for being, getting back in balance with the earth, with Gaia, with our bodies, with each other, with our hearts. Um, anyway, blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember what I started talking about, but okay. So let's get to the readings. I've got 3 cards here. Let me get them set up. I'll put in the notes the decks that I'm using. Switching cameras. Okay. So reading 1, we've got, I drew the dragon. So without thinking too hard on it, folks, that'll be reading 1. Just kind of feeling into what you feel attracted to. The second one, reading 2, we've got dogs, dog energy. And the third reading is going to be the hummingbird, this card. Wow, this is really a trip. Okay, so I randomly selected these. I felt into group 1 when I chose this, and for each, I felt into group 2 and group 3. And I'm looking at these now and I'm like, oh my God, these are all number 1, 1, 1, 1. And so what I was just saying, like, is we're in this kind of this invitation, this transition into kind of a cultural upgrade, a collective upgrade. There's just a lot of people are being, oh, that's what it was. I came back to, I know what I was thinking. There's a lot of courage. I've been getting I think it's the 9 of Wands, which is basically like, if you think about having a wand, it's like you're almost there. It's like just when things feel like I can't take this anymore, it's like you got this, you're almost there. And so that's been a card that's been coming up too. So we're being invited to kind of like, well, a lot of us have been, if you're following the nudges, it oftentimes brings us into a place of feeling really uncomfortable. And it can feel so like we have to be patient, or we have to be like, but how is this going to work out? We just can't see how and that's the uncomfortable in between. And then here we have these ones, these new cycles. So I'm excited for these readings. Okay. So pick your card, 1, 2, or 3, dragon, dog, or hummingbird. And now we're going to get into, we'll start with group 1 here. And even though I have these beautiful new decks that this client gave me, I'm still getting to know them. So I'm still using my trusty old Muse deck. Okay, so reading one, we've got dragon energy. And noticing the element is spirit or the ethers. Um, okay, and I'm going to draw, we're going to start with 3 cards here for you all. Ooh, it's almost 222, I'm seeing. Okay, so let's see if anything wants to fall out. Oh, okay. How many cards is that? That's 2. Okay, let's get one more. Come on, give me a card. Give me. Oh, okay, what's this one? Okay. Okay, so group 1. Okay. Well, it's interesting. I kind of thought maybe this one was upside down. I'm not sure. This one definitely was. So feeling into this, so we have the awakening card, or in some decks it's called the judgment card. This is about forgiving yourself. This is about seeing the higher perspective of everything that's happened in your life so far. So this can be, if it's upside down, it can be stuck in, um, like, why did I do things that way? What's wrong with me? Which is another theme, actually, now that I think about it, that I've seen quite a bit, where it's like people who have been diagnosed with ADHD are like, what's wrong with me? And I'm like, what if there was nothing wrong with you? What if you just stopped apologizing for yourself? What if you just knew that you just have big wings, that might bump into things sometimes. But whatever this means for you, this card is the card that comes before the world, the final major arcana card, like leveling up to a new reality. But before the Rider Waite Smith deck that so many tarot decks come from, before that, I learned from tarot teachers that what used to come after the awakening card and before the world card used to be the fool. The fool went right there. And it's basically like we realize we forgive ourselves for all that we've done. We just forgive because it's all about the learning process of being on earth. And then we step into the fool card, which is humility and openness, coming back into a childlike openness, dropping the baggage of fears and, well, I'm never going to do that again, and these kind of like calcifications of life experiences. We drop those and we become innocent again, and we step into a new world, the world card. So it's inviting you to forgive yourself. The 4 of inspiration, this would be the 4 of wands in a more traditional deck. So this is interesting because so remember, this would be the wand in your hand, or inspiration, and this is actually the element of fire. But in this deck, it shows this beautiful small community, this connected family. In the traditional deck, this, a lot of people who are really into calling cards marriage cards, could be one of the marriage cards, but it's about celebration. It's like, look what we've done. Like, we come together and we lift the earth. So even though this is the element of fire, we've got air, we're up in the sky, the intellect, the thinking of ideas, the inspiration. We've got earth, lifting the earth. Like, that's how powerful it is. So it's really taking a time to like celebrate all that you've done within your little community or your family. And then the 5 of inspiration, this is about um, like dropping any ideas of like comparing yourself to others. These are all mirrors. These are different ways of like, it's just between you and yourself. Don't worry about how others have done things. Don't worry about what colonization or that kind of conditioning taught you. Like, by age 30, I should have accomplished blah, 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 or I should be doing things this way. This is like, or looking at other people. Well, they did it that way. Just letting that go. This is just between you and yourself. Okay, so we've got forgive yourself, celebrating the connections, the accomplishments within your communities or your family, and then this is about remembering, this is about you and yourself. And you got the element of spirit. So yeah, and think about what that means to you. Do you talk to the spirit realm? Do you talk to your spirit helpers? Do you talk to angels, your higher self? Do you talk to rivers? plants, it's about really connecting to the multidimensional, connecting to consciousness more than just things that look around with eyes that you can see in the 3D. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, so that's group number 1. Okay, so now group number 2, we've got the dog energy, and this is the element of earth. And sorry, my handkerchief's a little wrinkled here. It was kind of a last minute decision to use this. Okay, so we're doing 3 cards here. Let's see what pops out for you. Group 2, we've got earth, dog. Okay, we got one just came out. What else wants to come out? Let's see what we got here. Oh, wow, the other folks just got that card, and that was upside down. Okay. Oh, I just lost that one. Okay. Ooh, okay, we got another little bonus here. Okay. Let's see. So I'm just kind of going to take all these things in together here. Yours is a little more complicated than the last one. Well, let's start out with the star card. So this is the card that comes after the tower. So after things have crumbled, and this can be the place where it kind of feels like what comes next. This is about following your North Star. 1 plus 7 is 8. Thinking about sibling cards, this would be the Strength card. So this is about starting to, it's kind of, it makes me think of like when we just start to, like the what's it called? Like when the tower comes down, what is that? Like the, oh, I can't think of what the word is, but like all the crumbled rock around you. This is you kind of like coming out and seeing the night sky and looking for your North Star. So this is about really focusing on if you're feeling a little bit like I don't know which way to go, like remember your values, that which is the most important to you, and if you're not really sure which way to go, you just follow that North Star. And the other thing here, we have the 5 of Voices or the 5 of Swords. So this is about conflict. It could also be internal conflict, kind of feeling torn up inside. This is the extension, the medicine here is the extension of the olive branch, coming into peace with yourself, getting on the earth, meditation coming into that inside place. So it's interesting here, we have that is upside down, and then the 5 of inspiration. This is about like comparing yourself to others, or the medicine in here is to not compare yourself to others. These are mirrors. It's about this is between you and yourself. Don't worry about how other people are doing it. Don't worry about the conditioning you received or the culture around you. This is about you, between you, your higher self, your soul, your spirit guides, your well ancestors, your will, your agency, your adulthood. So the fact that these are both upside down, so we've got I'm going to do this one too to just kind of feel into what the whole picture is. So the Page of Voices, the page energy is about so generally speaking, the page energy is kind of like for a lot of people when they first move out of their home, when they're like a young adult, there can be a lot of enthusiastic energy, lots of great ideas, but it can also be a little bit of like I like to call this kind of lovingly the ADHD card, where it can be like so many ideas, there's so many things you can be so excited about. Kind of like, it can be almost like sort of a manic energy, which can be wonderful, but it can feel really ungrounded or overwhelming or burnout in the brain, like the brain firing too high. And so, or too hot. And so, part of the medicine in this is to ground. We have the mountains here to help kind of ground all that energy. So these are both voices cards. This would be the Page of Swords. And so, thinking about all of these all together, it's basically feeling like the things that are overwhelming your brain to come into, we've got earth. So it's like there's this grounding that you're being invited to, the grounding of what are your values? What are the things the most important to you? Bringing it down to the basics, like I said, like just literally sitting on the earth, sitting on the ground, connecting with the earth, connecting with your body, connecting with yourself. Like, what is it that you want? Like that time, and instead of that internal conflict of like what others think, to really come into what is it that you want to do. And that's your North Star. And so if it starts, any of these things that start to feel overwhelming, to bring it down to just you and yourself and what you're here to do, and that that's going to guide you. And the dog, there's loyalty in this card. So it's kind of like, what values are you loyal to? And I'm also just feeling like the dog energy, it's like it's such a heart-centered sweetness. And this is very much in the brain. So bringing your energy to your heart, where your values are, and how your North Star actually, even though we could think of that like here, it's kind of like connecting to their third eye and their crown chakra. It's also very much about your heart and your values and coming back into connect that inner connection with yourself, and then that'll kind of calm all the things that might feel a little bit overwhelming or very overwhelming. This is about you and yourself, what your soul is here to do, coming into your heart and reconnecting with your values, and let that be your North Star as far as where to direct yourself. Okay, so that is group 2. And now we've got group 3, which is interesting because when I was picking a card for you for group 3, it's funny, my brain imagined a dragonfly, and there is no dragonfly in this deck, but the hummingbird is what I pulled. So I was like, oh wow, that's so cool. So thinking about the hummingbird, and but also I'd like to bring in the energy of the dragonfly. And it always feels to me like the hummingbird and the dragonfly have very similar spirit, energy, and medicine for us. Okay, so that's a new cycle for you. And we've got the element of air. So air being our voice, our ideas. I mean, it's literally for tarot, air is voices or swords, but also air is our ideas, our connection to spirit. Oh, interesting. You got Knight of Materials. See what else wants to come out here. Group 3, feeling into you folks. Come on, baby. Who wants to fall out? Oh, another material. Wow. What do you have going on? Okay, so 3 of Inspiration. I'm not sure if that one wanted to be upside down. I'm just going to go with it, and we'll just see how that fits in. Oops, I can bring these more to the center. Okay, so we have the Knight of Materials. So this is very much about, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this around. This is interesting because just generally speaking, so Knight of Materials, this would be Knight of Pentacles. So I've got another deck that I really like the image that goes with this, which is a farmer or gardener where they've been really cultivating their vegetables and it's ready to harvest. And so, and we've got the horse energy. So oftentimes with the knight energy or any cards that have horses, also the chariot, it's a real push against us. Like we can feel this energy that's kind of catapulting or kind of like push a pressure, like an energetic pressure to push us forward. And so you got the Knight of Materials, whatever it is, there's something that wants to be birthed in the 3D world for you. So this could be a new home, a new job, a new relationship. This could be your health. Those are kind of the basic themes for the pentacles or materials. But I don't know. I kind of like to think of it. To me, I really feel the energy of wands with this, as far as like having a wand in your hand, and the element of fire, which is creation. So whatever it is, like something's wanting to be birthed or created. And this is very much relates to, both of these all really relate to that. The Ace of Materials, these are seeds. So this is about planting new seeds, which is so interesting. So we have the cultivation of that which you've been working on, and and then there's planting of new seeds. So you could even think of this as well as maybe whatever it is that you've been working so hard, it's ready to cultivate that and start planting new seeds. Or you can think of this card as like you've been creating this amazing soil and that's what you've been cultivating. It's time to move forward with planting the seeds. And then the three of inspiration, this is wands. This is about, so you think about the chronological order of wands or inspiration. The ace of wands is that spark of an idea. The two of wands is where we get courageous. It's time to adventure. It's time to bring our idea out into the world. And then the three of inspiration is about, or the three of wands, this is about you've been laying these dominoes, you've been setting things up, and now it's ready. There's flow that wants to come through, like really bring it. It's like the birth has happened, like the flow has happened. And so, whatever you have going on, it's really just saying, do that, do that, do that. And why are we getting air, hummingbirds? So, what I'm getting is for you to also listen to the nudges of spirit, to invite in your spirit helpers, those playful energies that are on the other side that have unconditional love for you, that are supporting you, whatever it is you're doing, to pay attention to the hummingbirds that come to you, or the dragonflies, or whatever um, beings that are symbolic to you and remind you that spirit is there. And we also have the pollination we're really being shown here. So it's like also it feels like whatever it is that you're doing, that I'm being reminded that like it's not just the thing we're doing. It's like while we're doing it, we've got pollen on our body that's being spread to other things. We may not even really know or understand the sparkly pollen that we're carrying as you're doing these things. So it's really feeling and seeing and feeling into it, how it's bigger than just the actual whatever this is that you're creating. It's got more to it than you can even see. Ooh, God, I love that. That is so cool. I've never even noticed the pollen in this before until now. Really cool. Okay. So those are the readings for August 2026. And as always, I hope those are helpful to you. And I hope that you have a good rest of your summer. I hope that I just wish the best for all of you. And I just want to remind you that any of the work that you do on yourself, as far as this kind of introspection or looking for guidance, but always with our inner guidance, that those crumbs that we follow, or the ways in which those kind of help us focus, that it's no small thing, that us following what we're here to do, what our souls are here to do, the lessons that we're here to work on is for the collective, especially if that's your intention. If your intention is to be in service of the collective, to be in service of the earth, and to trust that the guidance that you're receiving, as in like what I've been getting in the collective, that we need to make sure we're keeping our battery up and we're taking care of these vessels that we're in, really noticing our energy, that that is no small thing, that that is in service. Because if you have energy, you're able to better pay attention to what it is that you're here to do. So thank you so much for listening, watching, and yeah, take good care. Bye.